why you shouldn't listen to your woman. Shark King coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Boss Life Secrets, which can be found on Amazon.com. So yeah, in this video, one of my short time listeners saw a previous video and he said he overheard me saying not to listen to your woman. Don't let your decisions purely be based on what your woman says. And he wanted me to expand on that. And he wants to know the reasoning behind that. So share this video, and go check out my masterclass that's coming out next month on the 7th at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. ChooseYourRelationships.com/confidence. Go over there and check that out. So, the reason why I say that you shouldn't listen to your woman is because you're going to end up resenting her when it doesn't work out the way you plan, especially if it bombs. So I don't care what decision it may be, especially when it pertains to income and money. Look, women like to play things safe. Us as men, we can't play it safe all the time. There's a lot of responsibility that comes along with being a man. There's an old saying that goes with great risk comes responsibility. And that's true. And there's a whole lot of other phrases that they say about that as well. But safe is the new risky. You can't play everything safe. That's what women like things to be almost predictable most of the time. And this is why a lot of women get bored, because they know what the guy's going to do like clockwork. They know what's going to happen like clockwork. And this is why they get bored. So if you listen to everything she says, you're going to end up resenting her. And that's when the bickering and going back and forth, you're going to be saying, well, if I wouldn't have listened to you, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in. And she's going to be looking at you like she don't know what to say. She don't know what to do now. Because it's true. If he wouldn't have listened to you, he probably wouldn't have been in that position. But you shouldn't have listened to her in the first place. Now, you can take her feedback. You can listen to her advice. But at the end of the day, your final decision has to be based on what you think, based on how you feel, the evidence, the circumstance, etc. Don't let it be based on how she feels. See, women are into feelings. See, when you make decisions out here, it ain't about how you feel all the time. Sometimes it's based on logic. Sometimes it's based on a gut feeling. Sometimes it's based on what's in front of you, what are you visually seeing or experiencing, or your what's been proven in the past, or scientifically speaking. It ain't about how you feel. You see, women do things based on how they feel. See, you can't, as a man, we can't do everything based on how we feel. You can, but you're going to crash and burn. Or you might end up in prison. And there's a lot of people in prison today because they done a lot of things based on how they felt at the moment. And that's how they ended up in prison. So that's probably not the best way to do things based on how you feel. Now, when it comes to hunches, from time to time, that's a feeling, that's a gut feeling, and that's okay. Now, the only reason now everyone can't do things based on hunches, but I trust myself based on my own intuition so much I'm almost never wrong. If it's based on my own intuition. But every guy hasn't tapped into that yet. Now, women naturally do that. But a lot of them don't. They suppress that. And everything is all about how they feel. You have to make them feel a certain type of way. If you make them feel a certain type of way, they'll do almost anything. And this is why a lot of women get taken advantage of. Unfortunately. And they can't help it. They can't help it. That's like saying some guys will say women are too emotional. Well, that's like saying a dog shouldn't bark. They can't help it. Now, some women are hyper emotional. Yeah. And a lot of that's based on maybe something happened to them or too much baggage, or could be a combination of things. But for the most part, when it comes to just a woman being emotional, I mean, she can't really help it. That's just something you're gonna have to deal with at some point when it comes to women. Whether you're at the job, whether you're in your personal life, whether you're at the restaurant or in some place of service, business, or whatever, women just get emotional. It is what it is. You're just gonna have to be able to manage that and understand that. But you can't. A lot of people will say happy life, happy wife, happy wife, happy life. Doesn't work like that. That's one of the biggest lies being thrown around out here. If you listen to the woman, you pander and cater to the woman, you put her on the pedestal, everything should be all right. No, she'll look down on you. She'll disrespect you eventually. See, a lot of women say that. They say they want that. But when they get it, they sabotage the relationship. The reason why they say they want that, because they're looking at the movies, they listen to other women, but you can't miss what you never had. You don't really know what you like until you experience it. That's man or woman. But, women like to follow their friends and listen to people that haven't had any success in any type of relationship. Women listen to the women that haven't had any proven track record of having any type of long relationship. They listen to their mothers that's failed them. They listen to the girlfriends that don't know what they're talking about. They listen to people that have never had any proven track record of having any healthy, long-term relationship with a man. Women do this all the time. This is why, as a man, you have to lead by example. Now, some guys might say, what if you're trying to lead by example and she ain't feeling that? Well, you have to let her go. Simple as that. She doesn't trust your leadership. You have to let that go. She ain't for you. That's how that is. Now, some guys will say, what if she did in the beginning, but after a couple years, it went south? Well, sometimes some relationships runs its course. Sometimes it's you just have to move on. That's just a part of life. That's any relationship though. Just like I got some buddies that I used to hang with and talk to in the past. We don't talk no more. Even some men and women. We don't talk no more. Nothing happened. We never bump heads or, never had no beef. We just stopped talking. Some people just fall off or drift off and start doing their own thing, or meet some new people. That's just how that is, man. No one who told you that the people you met in the 20s or 30s was going to be around in your 40s and 50s. Who told you the person that you got married to plan on being around you even after the kids are grown? Who told you that? Doesn't work out like that most of the time. Doesn't happen by accident. You have to plan to be around each other long term. That's how it works. It doesn't happen by just being passive and you're never talking about it and you're just trying to play it safe. See, that's what women do. They play it safe. You can't afford to play it safe unless you come from a wealthy family. And if you come from a wealthy family, you wouldn't be listening to me right now. Let's keep it 100. So, hey, don't listen to your woman. Don't let your final decision be based on how she's feeling about herself on a particular day. It's gonna burn you every time. Every time. And every guy has made the mistake. Just as I have too. You're gonna get burned. And you gonna go to her and she gonna be looking at you and she won't have anything to say. If she do say something, it ain't gonna be nothing positive. It's gonna be more the emotional bullshit that she said the first time. And I went through this with my parents, and I went through this with some of the women that I was close to. So hey, like, share the video. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.